Hello. Hey, guys.
Hey, hey.
All right. Today on Tape Swap Radio, our guest is the Mega Yeah. So we have Tyler, Jimmy, and Dan. Thank you for being here.
Thanks
for having
you.
us.
Tell me about the Mega. First of all, tell me about the name. What's the Mega Yeah?
That's a very interesting story. We're formerly Toxic Sunshine. That was the band that we were for probably 10 years prior to that, close to that, 8 years. We started that band. Well, Jimmy started that band in 2003. Then we went through.
Dan joined in 06.
Yes. And we went through to 2011. And we were thinking we just need to change the name. We need to change something. So we were watching wrestling promo videos from the 1980s. Macho Man, Randy Savage, and
The Mega Yeah.
and Hulk Hogan. And he said, well, you could do it justice.
The Mega Yeah, the Mega Powers, yeah.
And it clicked. Of course we're going to name our band that, the Mega Yeah Stuff. So that was it.
That was it.
That was it.
Right. I had to know because it's an unusual name.
It is a weird story, too.
Thank Hogan and Randy Savage, man.
All right. So have you always played with each other, this group of people? Or has it been other people as well?
Tyler's the newest one. Dan and I have been playing pretty much since the start of the Mega Yeah. And then our old bass player lives in Jersey.
Just talking to the mic.
Oh, sorry. Our old bass player is from Jersey, so we brought Tyler in like 4 months ago.
Yeah, just about.
So
And the dude rips.
the dude rips.
Cool.
Like a rich baby.
Yeah, Tyler is back. He was playing in the Road Sodas when we did a rooftop session. Now you are no longer in the Road Sodas.
No.
Still friends, still hanging out, and
Yeah,
occasionally
still-
like jumping in,
Yeah.
playing music with those guys. But
Yeah,
now
still
you're
great
playing
guys.
in a couple different bands, right?
Yeah, I'm in this and then FM Waves, so it's like a pop punk band, but we haven't announced we're back yet. So, oh well.
Now you
you
just
did.
did.
Now it just did.
Now you just did.
It's out now, sorry.
Well, let's talk about the Mega Yeah. Based in Nazareth, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what's it like playing in Nazareth?
We actually haven't played in Nazareth in a really long time.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time we played a hometown show, really. I mean, there's really not too many places to play. There's the Jacksonian Club and some other,
Townhouse.
Yeah.
the Townhouse, but
Maybe even the American.
yeah, hey, one day, hopefully we'll do it, but we haven't done that in a long time. It's been mostly other Lehigh Valley joints, the Alternative Gallery, and all over. But not Nazareth.
No.
Well, one of the cool things when I went to the Alternative Gallery, speaking of that, you were playing a show. I went to interview Joe Jack Talcum. He shouted out your band as one of his favorites. And now, lo and behold, you're about to go on tour with Joe Jack Talcum.
Yeah, we're doing a little weekender in February. We're playing February 14th, 15th, and 16th. And we're starting in New Haven, Connecticut at Cafe 9. We're doing Charlie O's in Montpelier, Vermont. And then we're looking for a show in New Jersey. So hopefully that
The
gets
Clash
resolved.
Bar, we're looking for you.
Yeah.
We're coming.
Awesome. So what's it feel like getting ready to go play with him?
Oh, that's surreal. I mean, even from, because I think we played Lansdale with him the first time, and just super, super sweethearted guy. We left, he sent me a picture that he took of us, and I immediately texted Dan, was like, Joe Jack sent us a picture of us that he took. And then when he was on your show, and then name dropped us and played one of our songs, I mean, I think I talked to Dan like right after I heard it, and I was like, I could have cried, man.
It's such a huge honor because
Yeah.
he's been a huge influence for all of us. So
Yeah.
it's crazy that we get to play these shows with him. It's awesome.
Yeah. For people that don't know, he was in the Dead Milkmen.
Yeah.
Still
Yep.
is, I guess. But
Yep.
Very cool. So thinking about the Mega Yeah, what's the type of music that influences this band?
Oh, it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, especially nowadays, we listen to so many different things. It's hard to pinpoint any one thing.
Yeah. Like last band practice, I drove up with Discharge playing, and today I drove up listening to Tegan and Sarah. So
Anywhere from there to there
Rocket from
and
the Crypt.
beyond, actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rocket from the Crick.
no,
That's
absolutely.
Did I say Rocket from the Crick?
Rocket from the Crick.
They're from the creek,
the
man.
creek.
They're from the Crick.
The
Crick or
crick.
Creek.
Get that real PA pronunciation there. The crick. Very cool. So you have a couple of demos in the works right now.
Mm-hmm.
What's the future plans? Is that going to be a full length eventually?
Hopefully. What we're doing now is we're doing 6 songs with Bill Madey at Rainbow Drive Studios, and then sending those to our friend Lee McCartney, who has a studio, West Town Entertainment, outside of Philly. And then he's going to kind of produce all those songs with us, help us figure out which ones are good or which ones should save or hold on to. And then we're going to shoot up there and hopefully do the whole full length with him.
Nice. The band, the Mega Yeah. So your experience playing, is there any stories that stick out? Can you tell us any stories that are memorable, funny?
Oh, there are.
Pretty much all of our stories. We learned that not a lot of people like faith healing on stage.
We tried our hand at that.
Dan was always the guy with the holy water, sprinkling people in the crowd.
Yeah. Unless you're at a Guar show, people don't really like that either.
They don't expect it.
Our first show back was at a place called The Pharmacy in Philly. And I think Dan and I spent probably more time looking for a place to park than we spent in the building to play.
But those people are very cool down there, too.
And we weren't even a band at the time. When we got the email, it was like, will you play this show? And that's when I called Dan. I was like, well, you want to? Oh, we don't have a bass player. Well, let's do it. We'll figure it out.
I like your spirit. You just go there. You don't have a bass player, but we'll figure it out.
We've gotten really good at winging it over the years.
I've adapted. That's been hard.
Yeah, he's adapted to me winging it.
Well, say your session with us was, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You just in and out, no retakes, nothing. You just blaze through it. So
Well,
we prefer the term one take Jake.
Yeah.
Or I do anyway. I use that way too much.
Yeah. We perfected it lately.
Yeah.
that's cool.
I think Joe Queer stuck me into a show in New York. And the only words of wisdom he left upon me were him telling me that the last thing Joey Ramone told him was to get in and get out. And I don't know, it always stuck with me. Just go in, rip it up, and get outside.
Mm-hmm. We do that.
Yeah, we're good at that.
Nice. Well, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about this. We were talking before we recorded the interview here about the first time, Jimmy, that you were actually at Shards.
Mm-hmm.
So Shards, now it lives on as a recording studio. We have the sessions here, but back in the day, about 10 years ago, Matt Mulchaney was hosting shows here, little DIY shows. The walls weren't here. It was more of an open space, so it was more situated to have shows here. But Jimmy, you actually played in one of the bands about 10 years ago here.
And I walked into this building thinking, I wonder if this is where we played. And then I walked in and I was like, no, I guess it wasn't here. But in fact, it was here. You just built on a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah.
I played at a place called the Wildflower, acoustic, and Matt asked me to come over here and play like a couple days later, which was like a kind of a version of my old band Toxic Sunshine, just with different people in it. Because I don't even think Dan was in the band at the time.
Didn't you play with the Preps? Wasn't that?
It might have been.
Yeah, I have no
The
idea.
Holy Spirit.
Hallelujah.
But it was us and a band called Stress Bomb. So we spent majority of the night in the parking lot wrestling. And Stress Bomb, Jonesy had a little pellet gun, so he was just shooting everybody out in the parking lot with it. And made for some pretty awesome punk rock moments.
Well, I think it's cool that now you come full circle. You're back here at Shards. It's more built up. But
Yeah,
we're
to
glad.
steal words from Bill Madey himself, we're retracing our own history.
There you go. Okay, so Tyler, before we go, you're the latest member of the band. What's it like coming into the Mega Yeah?
I've known these guys like for a while. Like we used to play shows all the time together. Never like actually in a band, but first
Always
time
a
actually,
part of the same scene.
Always
Yeah.
part of the same scene. So they've seen me play, I've seen them play, and like growing up, I used to listen to Toxic Sunshine a lot. So like for them to ask me, I was like, oh, this is really sick. Like I get to play like some old Toxic songs, and I get to write new songs with them. And, like, not that I was, like, thrown to the wolves, but it was like, hey, learn these songs. So I literally, like, I spent, like, hours, like, and I would always, like, text Jimmy, like, hey, is this right? Is it this note, this note? What do you think of this, such and such and that? But I think like when we actually played our first show, like officially together as this group, it just like everything clicked. And even like when we jam, everything just clicks entirely. So
And there's
it just
even,
feels like natural.
like there's songs like I'll write on guitar, and then we all get together and play them. He'll write something so cool on bass, and I'm like, I'm just gonna sing and let these notes ring out, and you take it because it just sounds cool, just him playing bass.
Nice. Well, we loved having you, the Mega Yeah. Before we end the interview, we like to ask for a band pick. So it's somebody you ran across playing live. Give a shout out, and we'll end the interview with the song for them.
Oh, perfect. Well, then I would like to nominate our friend John Kemp's band, Victor Traps.
Good pick.
Victor Traps.
Yep.
Okay.
Did you think about that one?
No, I didn't. He was the first dude that popped in
Right
here.
on the spot.
All right. Okay. So thank you so much for being here, the Mega Yeah, Tower, Jimmy, and Dan.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
for
We
letting
really
me be here.
appreciate it.
Yeah, seriously.
Anything else? Did I miss something?
I think that covered everything.
Shout out to Robert Tilton.
Yep. And the Holy Spirit.